Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. Happy Wednesday, happy Facebook Live Day. We are coming to you from Texas this morning. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we do live in Texas. And we are having some gorgeous weather right now, y'all. We've had some horrific storms over the past couple of weeks with lots of damage, and I don't believe there's been any loss of life, thank God, but we did have a tornado touchdown maybe 10 miles from us about a week and a half ago. Bad storms. We had a tree that was just ripped up by the roots, a big oak tree, over 100 years old. Adele and I both just hated to lose that. But we were so grateful that the tree fell away from the house. So hope you'll say hello as you jump on with us if you're watching live, if you're catching the replay. So glad that you're here too. We appreciate that. And I say we because Oliver the crafty pup is with me in the craft room today. Dale is at work. And we have some projects that we're sharing with you today that feature the 2024 to 2026 in colors. I think they're just quick and fun. We're going to show you how to create this little card and what we used to make it. So we're going to jump right into the crafting. Go ahead and hit that heart or that like button to let me know that you were here. And definitely leave a comment for us too. We give away a little, usually it's an embellishment, sometimes a little sampling of DSP, but we have a giveaway each week. And I do that because you guys are so kind to share my videos, to comment, and to hit those reactions, the like, and I mean, even an angry face helps, y'all. Isn't that funny? It just lets Facebook, and then if you're watching on YouTube, hitting that like button and commenting, subscribing, hitting the notification bell, all of that lets those social media platforms know that we make fun cards and other people need to see it. So thank you for helping me in that way. I really, really appreciate it. So this morning, like I said, we are making some cute little projects featuring the new in colors. So here I have the Shy Shamrock version, and we're using a super cute stamp set called Saying Hey. Now this is a 4x4 note card, super quick and simple. You can put this in a regular envelope, medium envelope from Stampin' Up, or you can make your own envelope. I happen to have the We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker, and years ago Stampin' Up partnered with them and offered that envelope maker. You can also go on and Google how to create your own envelopes, but just using these new in colors, I love them so much. So you've got Petunia Pop here, gorgeous. And then you've got, I'm still learning these colors, y'all. Summer Splash, that's the one that I'm struggling to remember, but I did it. And then Peach Pie, not going to have any problem remembering pie, right? And Shy Shamrock. So we do have one missing, which is called Pretty in Pink. So that's the one that we're going to create together. And I'll show you the products that I use to create these little cards. I'm going to move these over out of the way for a minute. We are bringing in our vanilla and black checkered ribbon, gingham ribbon. We had this in white and black and it retired. So, you know, this is the next best thing, using the vanilla and black. This is one of those ribbons I just keep in my craft room all the time because it goes so well with so many projects and just adds a little bit of fun. So that's the embellishment, one of the embellishments we're using today. Let me bring this a little bit closer so that you can see that I do have, and it may not show up super well on camera, but in person you can see the little glimmer paper flower that I added. This just gives kind of a retro vibe to me, and I thought that was cute to have the little flowers. And I wanted to keep these sweet and simple. I had lots of ideas of how to make this. I thought about stamping the hay tone on tone, so taking the Peach Pie ink pad and stamping hay and making a background, but I just chose to keep it simple, so that's what I did. Let's look at this glimmer paper. I've got some little scraps of a couple of the colors here. You can see where I cut the flowers out. What I love about Stampin' Up! Glimmer paper, and that's what we call it, but it's glitter paper, like you've seen for years and years available. But I never liked using glitter paper because it got all over everything. If I cut with it on my die cut machine, I ended up with glitter. It, ends up on your hands, on your face, on your table. But with Stampin' Up! Their glimmer paper is amazing, and you don't lose that glitter. It doesn't shed the glitter. It's easy to cut. It's a little bit thicker than cardstock, but it's very easy to cut. And this is a sweet little flower die. I'll show you where that comes from that I used for the flowers. So little scraps I do keep. I wanted to show you this one because it's got kind of just, jaggedy borders where we've die cut. I keep even small scraps of this glimmer paper, and when I open a package, I just put all of the scraps back inside. Excuse me. Because this can be used just small little pieces to add a little bit of something to your project. So I keep even the smallest scrap of that. Now here is this adorable stamp set. I actually pointed this out to you in my favorites video last week about this catalog. This just made me smile. I love this stamp set because there's a sentiment that says, "I miss your face." How cute is that? So last week I shared with you that there is a page of essential items that Stampin' Up! Recommends for new crafters, or really any crafter that doesn't have these essentials. This is what Stampin' Up! Feels like you could use to get started in your crafting. So you've got snips, you've got stamps, which that's the stamp set. You've got a punch, just basic things, some adhesive, and then also I'm really tempted to put my picture right here, y'all, because you really do benefit from having a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that can help you if you have questions. That's what we're here for. We love to do that. And encourage you and inspire you. So if you're here, then I know that you know the value of having a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, because we can buy craft supplies lots of different places, but having a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator really does help. And with me, you also get Dale and Oliver. I didn't mention Oliver last time, and I kind of got in trouble. There's our train. We always have to have a train in the video, right? Right on schedule. Now we are pulling in the deckled rectangle dies. Love this set of nesting dies, and that's what I cut the sentiment and then that backing piece, that little mat from those dies. These are just amazing, and you can use them for so many projects. And then this is the translucent floral dies. I have not used these a ton. You can see I haven't even put these on a magnetic sheet, and I've had these dies for right at a year now. I need to be better about using them, and I will try to do that. But there is a cute little flower die that just makes me so happy, and so that's where that came from. Every time I show a project that has that little flower on it, people always want to know where it came from, and it's from translucent floral dies, and these did carry over into this new catalog. Now, before we get started, I wanted to share with you that this is a photopolymer stamp set. So that means those clear stamps that you can see through, which makes it so easy to position your image or your sentiment that you're wanting to stamp. You can see exactly where you're putting it. What I also love about photopolymer stamps is you can see when it's inked up really well, and you're going to get a good image. I love red rubber. That really is probably my favorite type of stamp between the two, because it gives you lots of options for details in the image and sentiment. You can have those really fine lines with that red rubber. But so many people love photopolymer, and Stampin' Up! Just kind of decides which way the stamp set should be done to get the very best impressions when you're stamping. Sorry, y'all, I got a little frog in my throat this morning. So that's awesome that we don't have to think about that. We just can use the stamps. I generally don't even pay attention when I'm purchasing which type of stamp it is, but I know some people really prefer the photopolymer. So this is a great one because you can actually see exactly where you're stamping. But with photopolymer, in the manufacturing process, there's a bit of a residue that is left after they're made. So it's always important, and I didn't know this for a long time, it's important that you clean your stamps before you use them. And even with cleaning, sometimes with a photopolymer stamp that's nice and bold like this hay, it's hard to get it to accept the ink and really transfer that ink over to your cardstock and get a nice bold impression. So I went ahead and stamped this stamp hay without cleaning it, without doing anything to get started. And this on the left, you can see, is not the greatest image. I mean, it would pass, but I want a nice black, bold hay. So how did I go from this to this? One, I cleaned the stamp. And if you have your chamois, that will work. If you have a Stampin' Scrub, it's the older way that we used to clean our stamps. I really do prefer that with photopolymer. It has two sides. One is wet. You spray some little Stampin' Mist, the cleaner, and one is dry. So you kind of scrub it a little bit, Stampin' Scrub. But you can use your chamois and it will work. Now with something like this, for just the other sentiments, that's plenty. For something that's bold like this, and I want it nice and dark, what I will also do is I will grab my Versamark ink pad. Now, I'm going to show you guys a little secret about me. Don't judge me, please. This Versamark ink pad is grungy. It's kind of dirty looking. A Versamark ink pad is usually lovely. This one I've had for quite some time. But what you can do, and I probably should have grabbed a little scrap of paper, but I didn't, is you can actually come in and after you've cleaned your stamp, apply some Versamark ink. And then sometimes I will see people take their fingers, kind of touch that. You don't have to though. And that way, when you ink it up, I've got some grid paper here. We can just use my grid paper. I'm going to use it in a minute. That way, when you come over to your black ink, and it's not going to hurt it at all to have that Versamark there. Like we talked about, it's nice and inked up. And when I stamp that down, you want to wait that 5-6 seconds and let that ink transfer. Voila, look at that. It's fabulous. And so you're going to find that as you use your photopolymer stamps, they're going to get kind of seasoned. If you think of like a cast iron skillet, that's what I think of with photopolymer stamps. The more you use them, the more you love them, the better they're going to work for you. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let's get going on our project. And I think what we'll do, I went ahead and cut everything, of course, like I usually do, because you guys know how to cut paper. I don't typically cut on the video. Here is my bone folder. So I have a piece of cardstock, the basic black. It's 8 inches by 4 inches because I want it to be a 4x4 little note card. And then I scored it at 4 inches. So we'll just burnish this right quick. And then I went ahead and did the I Miss Your Face. While I was stamping the other inside panels, I did this one as well. So let's go ahead and adhere this to the inside. Ooh, I'm using a lot of glue this morning. Sorry, Mary. Mary taught us to be judicious with our liquid glue. With our usual, we add dot, dot, not a lot. But I went kind of wild this morning, huh? I will say, I have not had any coffee. Oliver and I got up this morning and just got going, and I haven't had coffee. So maybe that's why I'm out of control today. So here's that pretty in pink. That's going to be right here. But first we want to do some stamping. Let me bring in my piercing mat. And it needs to be washed, y'all. I know you won't judge me. But it needs to be washed. Okay, so we're going to take our hay stamp. And we're going to ink it up. Now, I don't need to add Versamark again because I've already kind of primed this stamp. But I do want to move around the ink pad and make sure I get my stamp nice and inked. And we'll see how I do with my camera and light up above me. It's a little bit harder to see where I'm at. Not bad. There's a little bit here that didn't ink up great. If you have the Stampin' Up marker in black, you can also go in and fill in if you need to. But I think that that's okay. Boy, it really did good on the grid paper, didn't it, on my practice. I have an extra one I stamped. Let me see. It probably looks a little bit better than this one that I just did. So we'll go with it for our project. So that is our stamping. And then I used my grid paper. And I'll just kind of show you my process. And I lined the piece of cardstock up. And then I knew exactly where to add this black rectangle so that all my cards would look the same since I was mass producing. So my positioning would be the same. We're coming right about there. So then when you put it next to this one, it's about the same from the bottom. And you may be able to just eyeball that just fine. I wanted to do it that way. Okay, we'll bring our ribbon in. So you can see, super quick and easy little note card. And then I'm just going to use, I learned years ago, this little cheater method of putting my ribbon on, where I just tape it on the back because this is quick and easy. You could certainly use glue dots, whatever way you prefer to adhere your ribbon back there. That does not look straight, y'all. I may have shifted it. I'm finding that in the heat, I need to let the liquid glue, because believe it or not, here in Texas, we're already getting fairly warm here in May. I need to let that liquid glue sit a little bit longer with the heat than I do when it's cold in my craft room. All right, so then we can just snip that off. Move that out of the way. Yeah, it still looks a little bit wonky to me, but y'all get the idea, right? I just don't want to sit here futzing with it for too long. I'm just at a weird angle, probably. Okay, so we'll grab a couple of dimensionals. And because that's going over ribbon, I want to strategically place dimensionals, and I'm probably using a little bit more. Well, I'm using a little bit more than's really needed to hold the sentiment down. But I want to make sure that I pick up that ribbon and keep everything tacked down. Get that backing out of there. Then we'll just come in with this piece and pop that on. Now again, I thought of lots of different ways. I could even add the ribbon on here. But I like that. And then I'm going to use a little bit more glue because I do have the ribbon on the back than what I normally would. And we'll just center that up. So this piece of Pretty in Pink is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. No, it's not. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So I had a little bit larger black border. And then on my glue dots, this is a little trick I do. When I'm cutting little pieces, I go ahead and stick it on my glue dot so I don't lose those little pieces. And we'll just make sure that that glue dot will be hidden back behind our flower. Oh, and this one's really going to show up well for y'all on camera. So that is our sweet little note card that says, "Hey, I miss your face." Isn't that cute? So we've got all of the new in colors represented, and I'm going to use these. Saturday is our new catalog launch. With each new catalog, we have a launch party. So we do it both in person here at my home at 9 o'clock and then virtually over in CT's Craft and Connect Facebook group starting at 2 o'clock. We are going to do a catalog walkthrough. So y'all know this beautiful new catalog launched a week ago. It is very different than any other Stampin' Up! Catalog that I have ever seen. And from other demonstrators that have been around way longer than I have, they're also saying this is something completely different. Our catalog stroll typically takes about an hour. Now, we don't stop at every single page, but I love pointing out things that I think you might miss or features that I feel like will help you with your crafting, make things easier. It may take us an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes on Saturday, starting at 2 p.m. to do the catalog stroll. Dale and I will try to keep up with comments as well, so if you have questions, you'll be able to put those out there. Whether you watch live with us or you catch the replay of that, we'll be happy to help you with any questions. So we're just really looking forward to the launch party. If you join virtually, we also had a make and take packet that was shipped out, so there will be a video for that. And then we're going to have a Meet the Suite, is what I call it, where I focus on one of the suites in this new catalog. It's called Unbounded Beauty. It's a mega suite that has 2 stamp die bundles. It has designer series paper, embellishments. It's fabulous. It's a gorgeous suite that really features these new in colors. So that will be our Meet the Suite. And then, like I said, we'll do our make and takes. There will be prizes. So you definitely want to comment, because that's how you get entered for a chance to win those prizes. And you'll be able to get lots of information about this new catalog. We're working already on all the different things we're going to talk about with the catalog stroll, and we have samples to share with you as well. Okay, let me move this out of the way a little bit, and we'll do our giveaway for today. And I do have a piece of Happy Mail that is gorgeous. Now, last week, I had some embellishments that were our giveaway. We accidentally picked up that stack that was giveaways, and we sent them out to someone. So I'm substituting out this embellishment, which is little dots of the core colors that came last year, like pecan pie, bubble bath. These are really cute. Now, they did retire last week, but they're still awesome. And I know that many of you have these colors still in your collection, and they're still current. So this is going out to my sweet friend Suzetta. You are the winner through my random number generator. So thank you, Suzetta, for your comment. Now, Suzetta commented over on YouTube. So you have options. You can watch on YouTube or here on Facebook. Either way. And then I do have a package of the cork embellishments. Again, these are retired, but these sold out super quickly before that catalog retired, and they're awesome, and they're perfect for masculine cards. I don't know why I ended up with a couple extra packages, but I did, and so this is our giveaway for today. So be sure to leave those comments like Suzetta did, so you have a chance to win the prize. And we'll give that away next week, if we don't accidentally send it somewhere else. We're doing our best, y'all. And then I do have one piece of Happy Mail that came from my amazing friend Lisa. She is a team member, and this is a super cute little card. I love getting cards from Lisa. Love getting cards from anybody, but this little sweet fun fold. And she mentioned in here that she was so glad that she found me online, and she did. That's how we became friends and how we became stamping sisters, because she is part of our Super Inspired Stampers team as well. So it's been several years now. I want to say 3 or 4 years now that Lisa found me online, became my customer. Of course, I shared with her that the starter kit from Stampin' Up! Is a fabulous deal, and I thought that she should join our team, and she finally did. And so we're just so glad that that is a way that we can reach out to people and find new friends to craft with, and also new team members. So don't forget, we have a great starter kit special going on right now for $99 plus tax, free shipping. You get to choose $125 worth of product. And on top of that, Stampin' Up! Is going to send you the ink pads, the 5 new ink pads, the in color ink pads, the Stampin' Right markers for the in colors, the cardstock, and also the designer series paper. It's a 6x6 pack, and it's really cute. So if you're interested in that at all, let me know. We would be glad to help you join our team. We would love to invite you in, and then you can be sisters with me and Lisa too. And I say sisters because we're super inspired stampers, so it's the sis team. Isn't that fun? Okay, guys, I think that Oliver knows. How he knows, I'm not sure, but he can tell, I think, from the inflection in my voice. But he knows it's time for his TREAT, and for me to go get a cup of coffee because I haven't had my coffee yet today. So we will see you later. Hope you enjoyed the project today, and happy crafting. We'll see you again next week. Bye.